What's going on, YouTube? Happy Father's Day to all the men out there taking care of their kids and stepping up and being in their lives. I know most of us have to deal with their baby's mothers, and I get that part right there. And you still got to take care of your children. So, and I know us men, we get overlooked and underappreciated, but we're built for it. So, from man to man, happy Father's Day, right? You see my oldest back there rolling around in the grass. That's his favorite thing to do out here. So yeah, I don't have any kids of my own, but I can still appreciate uh, the fathers, and so if my dad was here, I'd be sending him a message. Uh, Actually, my stepfather was more of a father to me, so he'd be the one I'd call for sure, right? But yeah, so happy Father's Day. Look at him. This is Samson's favorite thing to do out here is just to roll around in the grass. I love to see it because it was a time last year he got ill and he lost a bunch of weight. It got real bad. He couldn't walk anymore. Lost his back legs, and he would still lay on the ground, right, and try to roll over. He didn't have enough strength in his back and hindquarters to do it anymore. It was just it was so pitiful to watch him do it because that's his favorite thing is just to lay down and roll around. And so yeah, to be able to see him do it again and get so much enjoyment out of it, right? I'm just so thankful to God every day, right? That's a miracle right there. I made videos uh, sharing that story, that whole ordeal last year when he got sick, and I don't have any money, so. Uh, my ex-wife, she finally stepped up and she kicked in the money for me to be able to take him to the vet, and then he had got diagnosed with like arthritis, I guess, or something like that, and they gave us some medicine and stuff, but he just got worse, and he was deteriorating fast, and so it got real close to me having to put him down. But I just kept rubbing his back and massaging his leg muscles and praying over him and just helping him go through the pain of it all and the suffering. And one day he just started getting better, and here we are. So, but there's still like he doesn't have full range of movements in his leg. I could tell it got to the point where it damaged the nerves. He got his musculature back in his back legs, his strength back, but I can still see there's limited movement there. So I just attribute that to nerve damage, because it had got so severe at one point to where he couldn't even really walk anymore. He was just dragging his back legs. He had all his in his hindquarters. It was like all the muscle mass just was gone. It was just skin and bones back there, right? And it was a pitiful sight. I know I got a couple videos I put on here. Uh, right as it was getting bad, he was still able to walk. I didn't stop taking him on walks. It took a lot longer. But I felt like as long as he still had it in him to do it, to want to walk, that I was gonna keep doing it. And then it got to the point where he couldn't make it all the way around anymore, and he would just stop. He just ran out of gas, and I'd have to pick him up and carry him home. Yeah, so it got pretty bad. There's no exaggerating that at all. And it's fun. Well, it's not funny, but all my neighbors that they've been knowing Samson since he was a pup. I've been having him since he was a puppy, and we've been taking these walks every day, right? And so when he had got sick, of course, all my neighbors saw us walking, and they saw the condition he was in, and they were feeling bad for him, and I wouldn't accept that. I was like, no, we're not taking no pity. We're gonna trust in the Lord on this thing, and I did, and the Father came through, and so I attribute this as just a miracle, right? And so I'm thankful. I'm thankful to the Lord every day for Samson's life, because I mean, all this time, every day now, that I've had with him beyond this point, I see it as a blessing because he could easily not be here right now, you know. And me and the guy that he loves Samson as well. We talk about this all the time. You know, he's like most people. Like, as soon as their dog can't stand up, they're quick to put him down, you know. And he's just glad that I didn't go that route, you know, that I gave him a fighting chance, you know. And I said, yeah, you know, I was gonna fight it to the bitter end, right? And as long as I still saw that Samson had some fight left in him, I was gonna fight with him. So I didn't even really mean to go into all that. I'm just out here. We just out here on our walk. I'm sitting down, just enjoying the day. It's beautiful out here. It's kind of humid, but I just wanted to get on here and say Happy Father's Day to everybody, and just to touch base. I kind of want to make an upload about world news and different trending topics that's going on. So we'll see. I usually do that on a just on a how I feel basis, right? So, but anyway, yeah. So it's been one of those days. All right, so everybody have a blessed and wonderful day. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, hit me with a subscribe. If you like what I do, hit me with a thumbs up. And leave a comment. I welcome it all, right?